Hi, I'm John Rose. Today is June 14th. When I'm taping this, in 3 days I'll be celebrating my 67th birthday. And today, in this really short video, I'm going to show you one of my favorite stretches. And it's sort of funny in a way when I think of this stretch, because I used to always reflect back on these torture devices where they'd strap up your arms and legs and they'd stretch you to death or whatever, torture you that way. But I always thought how good that must feel if you just did it the right tension. And I'm going to show you a stretch that we can do today, and I'm really kind of blown away every time I do it because I can't believe I never thought of this before. And I'm going to illustrate it right now. You can simply use one arm to grab the other arm and pull on it. So what you can do is I'm going to take my time here, tighten my transverse ab muscles, make my back straight, and then I'm just going to pull with my arm up and practice my breathing. I like to try to take at least 4 good deep breaths in a stretching position. Again, just simply pull. Ah, it feels so good. Now, one of my other favorite stretches is to simply just hang from a chin-up bar. But this still stretches it in a way that even hanging from a chin-up bar does, in a different way. And of course, you can do this all sorts of ways. You can stretch backwards. You can pull one arm back. I won't breathe 4 counts each time. But you can do both arms. You can actually pull it back. And you can also pull forward. You don't need a partner to do this. You can simply do this all by yourself. Now, stretching, as my regular listeners know, to me is very important. It's real important to understand our fascia system. If we don't stretch and use our body in every range of motion possible, we're going to get stiff. And I've identified 86 main joints that we have, or ranges of motion rather, based on 20 main joints. If we don't count our fingers and our toes, we've got 20 main joints or articulations with a total of 86 ranges of motion. I've explained this in other videos, so I'll put a link in a pinned comment below on my exercise videos, especially the ones where I focus on stretching. But in this really short video, I just wanted to give you guys some encouragement to know that it's never too late to change your lives. They've done studies at Tufts University for decades proving that you can be in your 90s and still put on muscle mass. Of course, none of that does any good unless you understand what my channel is all about, because you don't put new wine in an old container, do you? No, of course not. You want to take a solid food vacation and flush everything out so you can build a brand new body with the only cell food that we're meant to eat. And that's a living food, food that we're biologically adapted to eat. And as long as it's living, it's going to have those biophotons, which if you are a regular listener, you know it's the most important part of my message. We've got to be eating those biophotons to be the best that we can be. And of course, once we obey that law, we'll much better appreciate our species-specific diet. Because most of those other foods we're eating that aren't our species-specific diet, we would never even think about eating unless we cooked it. So at this time, I also want to give out a special thanks to all of my listeners over the years I've been on YouTube. I started an account back in 2007, but didn't really start uploading until around 2015. But you guys have made every one of my birthdays better and better and better and better and better. I couldn't believe that it could be possible, that I could take my life to another level, and I did it by you guys. So thank you once again. Thanks for adding your comments and sharing your experience on my channel. Thanks for sharing this message, because that's how this message is going to grow. We got to make sure and share my videos Go back and watch my videos and make sure you find the ones you think your friends will appreciate and share them. Now I know some of you are going to think, well, can you put on a shirt? No one's going to watch some half-naked man out there. Well, once they understand that I'm a naturalist, once they understand how important vitamin D is, once they understand the evils of clothing, they'll understand why I wear as few clothes as possible. Clothes weaken our skin, folks. Our number one line of defense is our skin. So don't be put off by a half-naked man out here screaming in the forest who's already sweating, trying to maintain a decent body temperature. Could not be done if I was wearing a shirt. And listen to my contents. Read the comments on my channel. Go to my video roses videos by categories, where I put about half of my videos into 30 some odd different categories. I start off with 34, but I've been adding to that. There may be 38 or 39 categories now. So you can see where I talk about specific topics. And remember, this is the hero's journey, folks. It's time that we help people realize it's never too late to celebrate the next birthday and have it better than the one before. And that's what I'm finding out at the age of 67. I can't believe my age. I cannot relate to it in any way at all, especially since I'm getting close to that 70-year mark. I'm better coordinated now than I ever was because I'm using my left arm more. My fascia system is getting more flexible than ever, especially since I've gone back to doing more yoga in the last couple of years, working more on my core. I can keep making my years better and better every year as I age instead of making them worse. You can do the same thing, folks, and when you finally wake up to that reality and do it, ow, you're in for a treat.